But here's what I'll tell parents. Say this phrase: I'm ready to listen when you want to talk. Because when we say, hey, let's talk when you're ready, a kid's going to translate that as, I'm going to get a lecture, I'm going to get some advice, I'm not going to be listened to. But here's the deal. If you open up that door, be ready to step into it whenever they are ready. You can come back the next day and say, hey, thank you for sharing that heavy stuff. I wanted to check in to see how you're doing.
What about parents? I can see this also being a training tool for parents, but then how do they articulate that to their children?
Well, yeah, I love that question. And that we probably don't have time for the full thing. But I think parents need to take a step back and do a 30,000-foot view of the culture of their home. How much are we on devices? How much do we allow? How much TV time, screen time do we have? How often are we having conversations around the dinner table? Barna, we know research shows if you want to launch healthy kids, spend time around the dinner table. And this is not new stuff. Dr. Dobson, who just recently passed away, talked about this all the time. So I think taking stock of that, I always have parents do kind of a device counter. How many devices do you have in your house? How many should you have in your house?
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
But I also think really taking into consideration the framework and the beauty of Deuteronomy 6, which is the Shema, which is where we first see it: love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. Okay, what does that look like for my family? But then I love blueprints. And so the blueprint of what that looks like in Deuteronomy 6, talk about it when you wake up and when you lie down, talk about it along the road, and, bind it on your foreheads and your doorposts. And so basically it's this idea of discipleship is beyond the biblical. It's the emotional, it's the mental, it's those types of things. And I think that's the first place to start. And so I think parents, but also need to be better students of their kids.
Yeah.
And so what I mean by that is to recognize when your child is not doing well, and then create opportunity for conversation. And so here's what I always coach parents on doing. Don't say, hey, I see that you're not doing well. Or, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
How you doing? I'm fine. Okay. You can do that. But if they say fine, I will respond, I can see that you're not doing okay. Right? As evidenced by your mood, or your eyes are telling me a different story, or whatever. But here's what I'll tell parents. Say this phrase: I'm ready to listen when you want to talk.
Ooh, that's powerful.
Because when we say, hey, let's talk when you're ready, a kid's going to translate that as, I'm going to get a lecture, I'm going to get some advice, I'm not going to be listened to.
Yeah.
But if you say, hey, I'm ready to listen when you want to talk, that opens the door. But then don't nag them. Don't, give them, if they don't come back in 24 hours, I might check in again. But here's the deal. If you open up that door, be ready to step into it whenever they are ready. And that could be at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night when you're ready for bed and they want to talk. Okay, so you sit down and you listen. And then I tell parents this: at the end of that conversation, ask this question: thank you for sharing. What would you like me to do with that information? And that puts, especially if you have a 10 or older, gives them a chance to go, well, can you help me fix it? Okay, now you've been invited into that conversation.
Yeah, that's a
Can you give me
great
some
strategy.
advice? Or that's all. Thank you. And if that's all, thank you, and it was heavy stuff, you've got to honor that, and then maybe call your best friend or your pastor or your spiritual advisor or your counselor to process that. But don't just leave it. You can come back the next day and say, hey, thank you for sharing that heavy stuff. I wanted to check in to see how you're doing. And so it creates opportunity. Now, I'll tell parents, if you are not, just like I told pastors, if you're not aware of your stuff and taking care of your stuff, you're going to potentially harm that process. I'm not saying you have to have your stuff figured out. Who does?
Yeah.
But just be aware of it.
Right.
And so I have to be very mindful when I have a 17-year-old, when she wants to talk, I'm ready. Whether I'm tired, whether I've had a bad day at work, whether I've this, that, I'm ready to listen, and I'm very present in that. Because we call it a 5-to-1 ratio. If you mess up once, it takes 5 more tries to get that back.
Wow.